Hello everyone, it's great to be with you again today, especially those of you in your golden years. We often hear that staying busy is the key to aging well. Exercise more, take up new hobbies, keep productive. But today, I want to share something different. I'm going to tell you about 5 areas where being a little lazy can actually make you happier as you get older. These aren't just random tips. They're gentle reminders that life can be lighter and more enjoyable when we learn to let go of unnecessary effort. If you're ready to learn these simple truths about aging well, let me know which city you're watching from in the comments below. And don't forget to hit like and subscribe so you never miss our daily wisdom updates. 1. Be lazy about staying up late. When it comes to getting older, there's something important to understand about staying up late. Just because we can stay up watching TV or scrolling on our phones doesn't mean we should. Our bodies actually work better when we follow the natural pattern of day and night, and this becomes even more important as we age. Think about those nights when you've stayed up too late. Maybe you wanted to finish watching your favorite show, or you got caught up reading news on your phone. While it might feel fine at the moment, the next morning tells a different story. You wake up feeling tired, your mind isn't as sharp, and your whole day just feels harder than it needs to be. Let's talk about what happens when you don't get enough sleep. Poor sleep doesn't just affect your energy. It can make you feel irritable, forgetful, and even impact your balance. The truth is, your body needs good sleep now more than ever, and going to bed early is one of the best ways to make sure you get it. Instead of pushing yourself to stay awake, try heading to bed around 9:30 or 10 p.m. You don't need any fancy routines, just simple things like turning down the lights, maybe having a cup of tea, and letting your body know it's time to rest. When you do this regularly, something wonderful happens. You'll start waking up naturally, feeling refreshed and ready for the day. Here's what makes early bedtime so powerful. When you wake up well rested, you have more energy for the things you enjoy. You can think more clearly, your mood is better, and you're more likely to want to spend time with family and friends. Compare this to how you feel after a late night, tired, foggy, and just trying to get through the day. Yes, there will be times when you stay up late for special occasions or family events. That's perfectly normal. But making early bedtimes your usual habit is one of the kindest things you can do for yourself. When your body tells you it's tired, listen to it. Don't push through just because you think you should. Remember, going to bed early isn't being lazy, it's being smart about your health and happiness. When you're well rested, you can enjoy life more fully. And isn't that what these years are all about? How's this version? It's more straightforward, uses everyday language, and gets the message across without being too flowery. Would you like me to adjust anything else? 2. Be lazy about overeating. Food is more than just fuel. It's comfort, connection, and enjoyment, especially as we get older. But here's something important to understand. As we age, our bodies change how they handle food. Just because we can eat like we used to doesn't mean we should. Being a little lazy about overeating isn't about giving up good food. It's about enjoying it in a way that makes us feel better. Think about those times when you've eaten too much. Maybe it was at a family gathering, or maybe you just kept snacking while watching TV. While it might feel good in the moment, a few hours later tells a different story. You feel heavy, uncomfortable, and your energy levels drop. This isn't just about comfort. Eating too much can affect your sleep, your mood, and even how well you can move around. Let's talk about what happens when we overeat regularly. Our bodies don't need as many calories as they did when we were younger. That extra helping of mashed potatoes or that second piece of pie might taste great, but they can lead to weight gain, high blood sugar, and make it harder to do the things we enjoy. Instead of filling your plate until it's overflowing, try taking smaller portions. You don't need any complicated diets, just simple changes like using a smaller plate, waiting a few minutes before going back for seconds, and paying attention to when you feel satisfied rather than stuffed. When you do this regularly, something wonderful happens. You start enjoying your food more while feeling lighter and more energetic. Here's what makes eating less so powerful. When you're not weighed down by big meals, you have more energy for the things you love. You can move more easily, sleep better, and you're more likely to want to spend time being active with family and friends. Compare this to how you feel after overeating: sluggish, uncomfortable, and just wanting to sit still. Yes, there will be special occasions like holidays or family celebrations where you might eat more than usual. That's perfectly normal. But making mindful eating your everyday habit is one of the best things you can do for yourself. When your body tells you it's satisfied, listen to it. Don't keep eating just because there's food on your plate. Remember, eating less isn't about depriving yourself. It's about feeling better and having more energy to enjoy life. And isn't that more satisfying than an extra helping of dessert? The key is to focus on enjoying each bite rather than eating as much as possible. Take your time, talk with others during meals, and really taste your food. You might find that you're satisfied with less than you think, and you'll definitely feel better afterward. 3. Be lazy about sitting too long. As we get older, it's tempting to spend more time sitting, whether it's in front of the TV, reading a book, or just relaxing in our favorite chair. While being comfortable is important, sitting too much can actually make us feel worse, not better. Being lazy about sitting too long means getting up more often, not because we have to, but because our bodies feel better when we do. Think about those times when you've sat for hours without moving. Maybe you were caught up in a good TV show or lost track of time reading. While it feels fine at first, you start to notice things. Your legs get stiff, your back might hurt, and when you finally stand up, you feel a bit unsteady. This isn't just about comfort. Sitting too long can affect your strength, your balance, and even your mood. Let's talk about what happens when we sit too much. Our bodies aren't made to stay still for long periods, especially as we age. When we sit too much, our muscles get weaker, our joints get stiffer, and it becomes harder to do simple things like getting up from a chair or walking to the mailbox. Instead of staying seated for hours, try getting up every now and then. You don't need any fancy exercise routines. Simple things work great, like walking to the kitchen for a glass of water, standing up during TV commercials, or just moving around while you talk on the phone. When you do this regularly, something nice happens. Moving becomes easier, and you feel more steady on your feet. Here's what makes moving more so powerful. When you're not stuck sitting all day, you have more energy and confidence to do things you enjoy. You can reach for things easier, walk more steadily, and you're more likely to say yes when friends invite you out. Compare this to how you feel after sitting too long: stiff, wobbly, and unsure about moving around. Yes, there will be days when you need to rest more, maybe when you're not feeling well or the weather's bad. That's perfectly fine. But making regular movement your usual habit is one of the smartest things you can do. When your body tells you it needs to move, listen to it. Don't stay sitting just because you're comfortable. Remember, getting up more often isn't about exercising. It's about keeping your body working well so you can do the things you want to do. Even small movements throughout the day add up to make a big difference in how you feel and what you can do. 4. Be lazy about social overindulgence. When we get older, our social life can be tricky to balance. Sometimes we find ourselves trying to keep up with every family gathering, friend's invitation, or community event. While staying connected is important, trying to do too much socially can leave us feeling drained instead of fulfilled. Being lazy about social obligations means choosing quality time over quantity. Think about those times when you've packed too many social activities into your week. Maybe you had a lunch date Monday, book club Tuesday, family dinner Wednesday, and community meeting Thursday. While each event might be enjoyable on its own, trying to do it all can leave you exhausted. You might find yourself showing up to events feeling tired, having trouble following conversations, or just wishing you were home resting. Let's talk about what happens when we overdo our social calendar. Our energy levels aren't the same as they used to be, and that's perfectly normal. When we try to keep up with too many social commitments, we often end up enjoying them less, feeling stressed about getting to places on time, and having less energy for the activities we really love. Instead of saying yes to every invitation, try being more selective. You don't need to attend every event or accept every invitation. Simple changes work well, like choosing 1 or 2 meaningful activities each week, taking time to rest between social events, and being honest about when you need quiet time. When you do this regularly, something wonderful happens. You start enjoying your social life more because you're fully present and energized when you do spend time with others. Here's what makes being socially selective so powerful. When you're not exhausted from too many commitments, you can truly enjoy the time you spend with others. You're more engaged in conversations, more likely to remember details about your visits, and better able to maintain meaningful connections. Compare this to how you feel when you're overbooked, scattered, tired, and maybe even a bit cranky. Yes, there will be busy times like holidays or special family occasions when you might have more social events than usual. That's perfectly normal. But making selective socializing your regular habit helps you enjoy these busier times more when they do come around. When your body tells you it needs some quiet time, listen to it. Don't push yourself to go out just because you think you should. Remember, being more selective about social activities isn't about becoming isolated. It's about making your time with others more meaningful and enjoyable. Quality time with people you care about means much more than trying to show up everywhere. 5. Be lazy about screen time. These days, screens are everywhere in our lives. TVs, phones, tablets, computers. While they can be useful and entertaining, spending too much time looking at screens isn't always good for us as we get older. Being lazy about screen time means being smart about how much time we spend with our devices. Think about those times when you've spent hours watching TV or scrolling through your phone. Maybe you started watching one show, but then another caught your attention, and suddenly the whole afternoon is gone. While it might seem relaxing at the time, too much screen time can leave you feeling disconnected from real life, with tired eyes and a foggy mind. Let's talk about what happens when we spend too much time with screens. It's not just about eye strain, though that's certainly part of it. Too much screen time can affect our sleep, make us less active, and even make us feel lonely, even though we might be watching shows about people or looking at social media. Instead of automatically turning on the TV or reaching for your phone, try limiting your screen time. You don't need to give up your favorite shows or stop using your devices completely. Simple changes work well, like setting specific times for watching TV, taking breaks between programs, or finding other activities to fill your time. When you do this regularly, something interesting happens. You start finding more enjoyment in other activities and feel more connected to the world around you. Here's what makes less screen time so powerful. When you're not stuck in front of a screen all day, you have more time and energy for real-life experiences. You might notice the birds outside your window, spend more time chatting with neighbors, or rediscover old hobbies you used to enjoy. Compare this to how you feel after hours of screen time, disconnected, a bit dazed, and wondering where the day went. Yes, there will be times when you watch more TV or use your devices more, like when the weather's bad or you're not feeling well. That's perfectly fine. But making limited screen time your usual habit helps you stay more engaged with life. When you feel the urge to do something else, listen to it. Don't keep watching just because it's easier. Remember, using screens less isn't about missing out. It's about making room for real experiences that make life richer and more meaningful. As we journey through our golden years, remember that being selectively lazy isn't about giving up. It's about being wise with our energy and time. By being lazier about staying up late, overeating, sitting too long, overdoing social activities, and screen time, we create space for what truly matters in life. These aren't just tips. They're permissions to put your well-being first. When you choose quality over quantity in these 5 areas, you'll likely find yourself feeling lighter, happier, and more energetic for the things you love. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, share it with someone who might need this message, and subscribe to our channel for more wisdom about living well in your golden years. Thank you for watching, and remember, sometimes being a little lazy is the smartest thing you can do.